Hello everyone, this is the TI84 guy. I am back with a quick video that I wanted to do on the SAT question of the day for June 13th. I saw this question, I thought it was a good one to use to show a technique that I've already talked about, and it's basically using your graphing calculator to find an intersection to solve an equation. Okay, so let me just jump into this and I'll demo exactly what I think is important. Today's question. Continue. Now this is important. This is in the calculator permitted section, which means you're allowed to use your graphing calculator if you have a graphing calculator. So if you're allowed to use it, my thing is, why not use it if it will help you answer a question easily? So let's go. All right, so here's the actual question that we have. It says, what is the solution rounded to the nearest tenth to the equation above? Now, I'm going to take a picture because I want you guys to see exactly what I think is important. All right, so whenever you have an equation, and the way that you know you have an equation is you have an equal sign, okay? Whenever you have an equal sign and you have one variable, in this case, you have a k, you can always use your graphing calculator to find it, okay? An equal sign and one variable. Those are the two conditions that you're looking for. Once those two conditions are met, you can always use your graphing calculator, and this is how you would do it. Let me erase everything else right now, all right, so here is what I'm going to do. I am going to draw a line through the equal sign, and that means that everything on the left-hand side of the equation will go into y1. Everything on the right-hand side of the equation is going to go into y2. That's it. That's all you have to do to answer this question. All right, so now let me get rid of this. The next thing that I want to do is I just want to look at the answer choices to know what the minimum and the maximum are. So when I go to graph, I can make sure my window is large enough to accommodate them. If you will see, the maximum is 11.8, the minimum is 1.9. Now we have all the information that we need. So now I'm going to share my calculator. So this is a TI84CE. This is a virtual one that I have on my computer. Now where I'm going to go is I'm just going to go to the y equals screen. Okay. And I am going to enter the left-hand side of the equation exactly as it was in the equation. So I'm going to use alpha y equal to get the stack fraction. It's going to be 1 over 6. And then I'm going to do the square root of k. So the square root, now you cannot graph any other letter besides x. So even though the equation had a k in it, I'm going to replace the k with an x. And then I'm going to finish entering the rest of the equation. And that's going to be minus 3. Okay, now that I've entered the left-hand side, I drop down to y2, and I enter the right-hand side of the equation. And the right-hand side was 1 minus the square root of k. So square root, I replace the k with an x. Now I'm ready to go. Now, if I graph this, if I go second trace, the intersect is 5, right? Now you can see the intersection looks like it's over here, but I'm not really sure if the window is large enough. Now, if I press enter, first curve, second curve, enter, guess, enter, I get an error message. It says no sign change. What that means is that it's telling me that my window was not large enough to accommodate the answer or the intersection. So all I would do is I would press quit. I'm going to go to the window, and I'm going to actually change the size of the window. I'm going to make it a little larger, the max. The X max I'm going to make a little larger so I can make sure it accommodates all my answers. The highest answer, if you remember, was 11.8, so 15 is greater than that. So now if I go to try to find it, second trace 5, you can see that the intersection is in the window. Now all I have to do is use the same technique, press enter 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and there's my answer, 11.755102. Now we're supposed to round it to the nearest tenth, so this would be 11.8. That's going to be my answer. So now all I would do is I would go back and let's answer it. So that's correct. 11.8 is your answer. Now the SAT, they show you how to do it algebraically. I'm not doing it algebraically, and I never teach my students how to do it algebraically. If they're allowed to use their graphing calculator, let's use it. Here's the last thing I want you guys to see. This is really important in my opinion. At this point, over 30,000 people have taken this question, but less than half of them have gotten it right. Only 48% of the people got this question right. In my opinion, if you know how to use your graphing calculator, there's absolutely no way that you miss this question. So let me go back because I want to go over the important points here. Look, whenever you have an equal sign and you have one variable, doesn't matter if it's on the right side, left side, doesn't matter. You can always use your graphing calculator to find the intersection, and that's going to be your answer. That's what the equal means. It means where are these two graphs going to be equal to each other. That's it. Okay. Now this is a really important technique that I wish more students would use when they're taking the SAT or ACT because it's really valuable. Now, if you like this video, you think it's helpful, please like the video and subscribe because I put out a lot of SAT, ACT content, things that you can use your calculators for. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the future. Stay safe.